Okay, here we go. I'm going to tell you the story of Spider. Now, I'd like you to help me with it. So first of all, you got to go like this. That's a spider. And this spider is going to go up, 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 up 4 times. Over, 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 and he sees a great big castle, and he knocks 3 times. Okay? And then he goes in reverse. He goes over, 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 down, 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 down. And then he talks to his mama. Okay? Once upon a time, a long time ago, Spider was just kind of moseying around. You see, Spider was bored. And he didn't have anything to do. Finally, he went to his mama. Mama, he said, tell me a story. Mama said, oh, don't you know? We can't have any stories. There are no stories anywhere on earth. Because if anybody starts a story before it's even half done, the sky god who lives way up there reaches down and grabs the story and he collects them for himself. He's got a great big barrel and he puts all the stories there. So there's no stories on earth anywhere. Spider said, I'd like a story. Mama said, there's no stories. Well, said Spider, I'm going to do something about that. And so with that, he went in the house and he started thinking, how could I get a story? How could I get a story? I have an idea. So he went in the back room and he started spinning a web. He spun and he spun and he spun some more. And pretty soon he had spun the biggest spider web that has ever been spun. And he took it outside and he said, with the help of his friends, he said, each of you grab part of it. Now on 3, we're going to toss it up there and hope it catches on something. I'm going up to the sky god and I'm going to get a story. 1, 2, 3, up it went, and it hooked on something. Spider tested a little bit and he said, great. And so he started, here we go. He started and he went up, 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 over, over, over. The door opened of the castle, and there stood a great, big, huge, ugly, slobbery old giant. And he said, what are you doing down there, Spider? Well, I've come for a story. You can't have a story. They're all mine. No, said the spider, I came all this way. I'm going to get a story. You are not. Go away, or I'll step on you. I'll sit on you. I'm staying right here, said the spider. You're going to give me a story. Well, the sky god, he hemmed and he hawed, and he said, well, you're lucky I'm feeling good today. He said, I know what I'm going to do to this spider to just get rid of him. I'm going to give him 4 things that he cannot do. And then I'll be rid of him. Come here, Spider. Yes? You have to do 4 things if you want a story. The first thing you must do is to capture a snake, a poisonous snake, one with deadly fangs that if it bit you, it'd kill you. I want you to bring it up to me. Let's see, and secondly, I want you to capture a hornet, one with a deadly stinger, one that will, if it stung you, you're dead. And if you get that done, well, the third thing I'd like you to do is to right up here in the back of a man-eating tiger. Okay, said the spider. What else? Well, this last thing no one has ever done. That's to capture the invisible fairy. Just that? Is that all there is to it? You bring me those 4 things and I'll give you a story. And so with that, Spider went over, down, 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 down. And he said, Mama, all I have to do is 4 things. She said, what? Who remembers the first thing? Just say it.
Capture a venomous snake.
A venomous snake. He said, Mama, how do I do that? Well, his mama said, that's easy. All you have to do is cut a stick about 20 feet long and lay it where the snake might be and get some rope. Oh, I said, I know what you're thinking. I'll do it. So he went to where he thought the snake was, and he laid down the stick, put the rope at the end, and he went to one end and he said, like that. Then he went to the other end, like that. Pretty soon back to the other end, and pretty soon he heard a voice. What are you doing? He looked up and there was a snake, about this big around and about 20 feet long. Great big long fangs going down like that. His eyes were nice and beady-eyed. I was wondering, said the spider, are you longer than the stick, or is the stick longer than you? Well, I'll see, said the snake. So the snake stretched himself beside the stick, and he stretched, and he stretched, and the spider kept saying, nope, stick's longer, stick's longer. Stretched, and finally the snake was that big around. Then the spider jumped out, wrapped him up like that, and said, I got you now. So he took that snake, and he went up, over. The door opened. The sky god looked down. He said, you've done it. I didn't think it was possible. Well, there's still 3 things left. I know, said the spider. I will be back. And so with that, the spider went up, over. Then what he had to do? Well, he had to get, let's see, what was the next thing he got? Just say it.
A hornet.
The hornet. Well, when he went down, he talked to his mama, and his mama said, well, it's easy. All you have to do is get a pumpkin and a watering can. Fill it up with water. Oh, he said, I know what you're thinking. And so with that, why, he got a pumpkin and took the insides out like a jack-o'-lantern, put a top on it, went over to where the hornet was. He says, hornet. It came. And he put water over the top of the hornet. And it was going down on the hornet. And he said, well, you better get out of the rain. It's raining hard. I have just the place for you. He lifted the top of the pumpkin up. In went the hornet. Put it back down. Gotcha now. And with that, he took that hornet and the pumpkin and went up, over. Well, the sky god met him and he said, you've done it. I can't believe it. There's a hornet in there? Yes, there it was. And he said, all right, you have 2 things left. Thank you very much. I'll be back. Over, down. And then he said, what I have to get next? What do you get next? The man-eating tiger. He said, Mama, how do I do that? And she said, this is what you do. She handed him a shovel. She said, go dig a deep pit right next to a big tree and practice whistling. Okay. So he went over by the tree, dug a great big deep pit, covered the top all up, it's camouflaged. And then he leaned against the tree. He started to whistle. He whistled some more. He leaned against the tree and he started whistling. And pretty soon he heard a voice. Ah, and it was the man-eating tiger. Stop whistling. I hate that noise. If you don't stop, I'm going to pounce on you and devour you. I'm going to eat you up. Ah, and they sprung like that, and he went right in the middle of the pit. Down he went, and the spider leaned over and he said, oh, I'll let you out if you give me a ride. Okay. So he helped the tiger out, got on his back. They went up. The sky god looked and he said, I can't believe it. Well, this last thing no one has ever done. You won't either. Might as well give up right now and go home. What was it again? You're to capture the invisible fairy. No one has ever seen the invisible fairy, and certainly no one has ever captured it. Well, they're back. So he went over, down. And he said, Mama, all I have to do, what's the fourth thing?
Catch an invisible fairy.
Catch the invisible fairy. Mama said, I don't know how to do that. He said, I don't know how to do it either. So he sat next to Mama. No stories. Then he reached into his spider pocket and he got out a spider jackknife. It was about this long and he always carried it. He took the blade out and he reached down and he grabbed a piece of wood and he started whittling like he did when he was nervous. And he was whittling away. And as he was whittling away, he looked and he had made himself a little doll. There was a head, there were arms, there were legs. Mama, he said, I know what to do now. Quick, go into the house and bring me a blade of corn and some honey and some rope. She said, what are you going to do? You watch. Well, he took that doll and he put the doll up against a tree. And then he poured honey all over the doll, so sticky. Then he put a rope around her neck, went all the way back so they couldn't be seen with the rope. And he pulled the rope like that, and the doll went like this. And he said, now I just have to wait. So he waited, and he waited, and he waited, and he waited, and pretty soon, with the plate of corn right there, can I have some of that corn? It was the invisible fairy. Couldn't see, but he could hear. Pulled like this on the rope. The doll's head went like this. Thank you. Can I have some more? Like that. The doll went like that. Thank you. Can I have it all? Doll went like this. Corn was all gone. There he was behind the tree. And then he heard a voice. Thank you. And he heard the voice again. I said thank you. And a little bit louder. I said thank you. And if you don't say you're welcome soon, I'm going to spank you. All right. I'm going to spank you. And with that, my hand is stuck in the honey. Help. The other hand, it's stuck too. I'll spank you with my feet then. They're stuck. He said, I've got you now. And with that, he took the invisible fairy and he went up. Over. The sky got opened up and he said, well, I don't see any invisible fairy. Thought fast, the spider did. He reached up and pinched. Ow! You've done it. You've done all four things. But I'm telling you this, little spider, you are not getting a story. I have them all. What? Said the spider. That's not fair. You're going to give me a story. No, I'm not. Go away. I'll step on you. The spider turned a little bit, and then all of a sudden he wheeled back around, and he said, Sky God, what's that over there? This guy got turned to take a look and took a couple of steps. Well, Spider reached over and grabbed that barrel of stories, and he ran towards the spider web as fast as he could go, and then he started down. Well, the giant came lumbering after him, but realized he couldn't step on that spider web. So what he did is poked his head down. He said, "Come back with my stories. Come back with my stories." And he said it so loud, why, the whole earth started to shake. It's the biggest earthquake there's ever been. And it went back and forth and back and forth. And the barrel of stories, why, it slipped off Spider's back, and down went the barrel of stories, like that, crash, split open, and stories scattered everywhere. Some went to the east, some went to the west. Some went to the north, some went to the south. And there was only one story left in the barrel. Spider reached in and took it. And you know what the story was? It was the one I just told you. And that's how stories got into the world. And that's the end.